Audio Jungle.
Man in custody as police probe death of pregnant woman found in St. Mary. A man has been taken into custody as investigators probe the death of a pregnant woman whose body was found wrapped in a tarpaulin in Devon Pen, St. Mary on Sunday. An operation yesterday afternoon conducted at his home, located along Sligo Road off Mountain View Avenue, St. Andrew. Reporters understand that the bus driver, who was taken to the location in handcuffs, is said to be the spouse of the deceased woman, whose identity is yet to be disclosed by the police. Forensic investigators, the police, and the JDF carrying out checks at the property that the two shared. Residents said that they last saw the woman known to them as J alive on Saturday. They told reporters that they recognized her from Monday and were surprised to see the security forces swooping down on their community in the afternoon. The St. Mary police were summoned to Devon Pen on Sunday afternoon after residents saw the tarpaulin over a precipice. The woman, who is believed to be in her late 20s, was dressed in a white t-shirt, blue underwear, and black socks and has tattoo on the chest, thigh, and right shoulder with distinctive marks. She is believed to be about 6 months pregnant. Investigations are ongoing. Manchester Police Chief defends response to domestic dispute incident. The leadership of the Manchester Police has defended the response of person in a domestic dispute incident in Mandeville on Monday, leading to the fatal shooting of a man moments after he wounded his elderly father with a machete. Head of the Manchester Police Deputy Superintendent Kerry Duncan said the incident highlights the need for more amicable solutions to dispute among relatives. This very unfortunate incident really underscored the importance of persons to find amicable and mature ways to treat with disputes. There are so many agencies that are available to assist in these areas. So we speak about the Community Safety and Security Branch Department at my police station, chaplains, justices of the peace, and the Restorative Justice Center that are available, he said on Tuesday morning in an audio message. I just want to implore persons to raise their level of intellect when treating with disputes and in order not to be violent, find more peaceful and amicable ways to deal with this incident, he noted. Duncan praised the personnel under his command for swiftly responding to the incident. I also would like to commend my team at Manchester from the persons who received the initial telephone call and the immediate dispatch. As a matter of fact, the officers who responded were on their way almost off duty, and when they got the call, they immediately turned back and went, and in record time was at the location, and it had not been from a prompt response, I am almost certain the situation would have been far worse than it turned out to be, he stated. He provided the police account of the incident. A team of officers responded to a domestic dispute situation that was occurring at number 15 the Carteret Road in Mandeville, Manchester. On the arrival of the police, they observed a man who were later identified as Mr. Carrigail, who was armed with a machete inflicting chop wounds to an elderly gentleman who was lying helplessly on the ground. The police team gave clear instructions to Mr. Gill to drop the machete that he was armed with, but instead of dropping the machete, Mr. Gill held the machete in the air and threatened to kill the elderly man who was on the ground. The police at this point discharged their weapons in the air in a bid to have Mr. Gill drop the machete and cease the attack, stated Duncan. Mr. Gill, however, continued the attack on the helpless man who was on the ground, and at this point, for the fear of his life on the ground would be further injured or killed by Mr. Carrigail, the police officers, in defense of the gentleman's life, discharged their weapons in the direction of Mr. Carrigail, who was hit, he added. The Independent Commission of Investigation Indicom is probing the incident. He was my best son. Shirley Morgan Bowen was attending a church crusade in his Clarendon on Sunday night when gunshots rang out in a short distance away. But Morgan Bowen said she was so caught up in the intense worship session that she did not hear the gunfire that sent persons at the scene scampering for cover. Neither did she realize that her son had been murdered and 3 other people injured just meters away. Deputy Police Commissioner DSP Owen Brown of the Mapen Police Station in Clarendon told reporters that 31-year-old Daniel Bowen was shot by men carrying handguns and that other victims were hospitalized, 2 with minor flesh wounds and 1 in serious condition. About 8:30 p.m., the victims were reportedly among a group of people relaxing in a yard, a popular hangout spot for the men in the community, when three gunmen alighted from a vehicle and started chasing and firing at them, Brown stated, adding that the police were still collecting statements. In an eerie twist, it was Morgan Bowen who directed the first police patrol towards the scene, only to find out minutes later that her son, a beloved security guard from the era, was the main subject of their visit. She told reporters that Bowen's murder had triggered a whirlwind of despair for her. She recalled hearing that he had died following surgeries at the Mapen Hospital. All of the shots went up to the upper body, pure chest shot. Nothing was wrong with down at the belly, and it looked as if one of the shot broke one hand, stated the despondent mother. Bowen was the fourth of her 7 children and notably the most humble and respectful of the lot, she stated. He was everything to me. He was a son, a brother, and a friend. He was patient, humble, and he was not a child who back answer or fought his mother. If I even say something that caused him to vex, he wouldn't respond. Him gone, she said, adding that he was a dependable breadwinner who remained focused even after his father, also a security guard, was killed on the job 20 years ago. Last week, he got paid and he gave me $8,000 and said, Mommy, don't worry, Mommy, cause I'm going to make you alright, cause I don't want you to be in need of anything. That was the last conversation me and him have, stated the mother. Residents said Bowen, who they recalled being hardworking, fell while trying to flee his attackers, who then stood over him and shot him several times. Nonetheless, they do not believe he was the intended target. DSP Brown told reporters that Bowen was never on the police radar for any crimes committed in Clarendon. Already, 2 persons of interest have been picked up and were undergoing processing in relation to the murder and shooting up to late yesterday evening. I can't say that any conflict is going on in the area right now. We just understand that men were on their phones scrolling when the car drove up and the men started firing, offered Brown. At the moment, we can't say that there are any gang war going on because we never had that intel, either before or after the incident in the area. The argument in the street is that he was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. But we are still on the scene and we're still carrying out our investigation to see where this is coming from, Brown added. Murder case of veteran journalist Barbara Gill transferred to Home Circuit Court. The murder case involving the man accused of killing veteran journalist Barbara Gill has been transferred from the St. Catherine Parish Court to the Home Circuit Court in Kingston. 24-year-old Travis Ellis of Gulf District in Gregory Park, St. Catherine, was expected to appear in the St. Catherine Parish Court today, but defense lawyer Donahue Martin said his client was not taken to court. Martin said the defense was told that the Director of Public Prosecution requested that the case be sent directly to the Home Circuit Court. He said the case is to be called up in Kingston on Friday, January 10. Martin added that the defense is waiting full disclosure of documents from the prosecution. Ellis is also being represented by King's Counsel Tom Tavares Vinson. 77-year-old Gill was killed at her Caymanas Country Club home in St. Catherine last month. She was reported hit in the head and stabbed several times. Ellis was apprehended sometime after the incident. Police also recovered Gill's stolen car and cell phone. Along with the murder of Gill, Ellis is also charged with robbery aggravation in relation to the same incident. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.